So here we go, everybody. Welcome to another episode of In Pictures, the show where I'm joined by a special guest to talk about their town career in pictures. And today I'm joined by Alex Mathie to talk about his career in pictures. It's a pleasure to have you, my friend. We're here in Leeds, Bannatyne Spa. How's things?
Oh, good, thanks. Yeah, everything's good. Life's good. Enjoying it. Just want to see town get promoted.
Yeah, we all do, my friend. And we've got some great pictures here. And quickly, before we get into the pictures in your town career, you're of course doing a lot of summarising with BBC Suffolk. How's that been? You've been doing that for many years now. I'm sure it's been a very different few years with relegation and League One football, and COVID and everything. Yeah, how's that been?
Yeah, Brenner was saying to me the other day, it's 15 years when I was at the Burnley match. 15 years I've been doing it, which is quite a long time. Didn't realise it was that long, but I'm enjoying it. Yeah, it's good fun. I like to watch football. It keeps me involved.
Definitely. I think Brenner, it's been 20 years since he's been covering the game, so a lot of different things in the world have changed, the town has changed. And we've got some great pictures of your time at the club. February 1995 was the date you signed for the football club. We've got this picture here. Sadly, I haven't got the standard scarf picture, but we've got a picture here of you with a Newcastle player on your second game, I think it was, at Pawn Road. Your memories of signing for the club and how that came about.
Yeah, that's me and Steve Howie after the match actually. I can remember I was about to sign for Sunderland, and then George came in. He just moved down from George Burley came down from Ayr. He had been playing. I had played with Morton up there, and I played against George's team a few times. And he rang Keegan up and said he wanted to sign him. So I knew George. Came down and. Yeah, I wasn't getting a regular game and I wanted to further my career, and George gave me that opportunity. Said he wanted to build a team around me, and that's what we did. And that photo there was quite good actually, because we played Southampton first time, Newcastle I'm sure it was. We could beat 2-1, but I had a good game. I should have scored probably, but I can remember walking down the tunnel at the end of the game and Keegan going to me, "Sell you too cheap," because I think he sold me for 500,000 back then. Which I thought was too expensive anyway, but there you go. Okay then. And you spoke about Southampton, your debut at Pawn Road, and you scored. That's a great start. We've got a great picture here. You're in action. What a way to start your town career with a goal. Yeah, again, I was quite fortunate throughout my career. I scored in my debut with most clubs that I played with.
You scored a great goal for Newcastle in your debut, didn't you?
I did, yeah. And with Greenock Morton as well, I scored in my debut against my team that supported Partick Thistle. We beat them 2-1, I think. But I scored in my debut then as well. But yeah, it was a great feeling, that just coming out to play. There's a lot of pressure in the first game, you know what I mean? New signing, quite a big money signing at that time. But to go out and score, and I think Chappie scored as well.
He did.
Lee Chapman. So great start, and then we all thought, we're going to stay up, but I think we were too far adrift at the time. I think we were 12 points adrift. I think we were hoping clutching at straws really.
Yeah, of course there's some bad results in there, a Maynard defeat. Of course George Burley, this was his first proper big job in terms of coming back as a former player. He was at Colchester beforehand. I think he was only been in the job for a few months when you came in. Got another picture here, you just in action during that season. Thoughts on this kit, an Umbro kit? Of course we've gone back to Umbro, but yeah, relegation in the end. But yeah, that sort of first few months at the club, how would you look back at that? Yeah,
it was good. I enjoyed it. With a few bad results. I can remember Man United 9-0. That was a very heated dressing room after that. But yeah, I can remember that. I've still got that kit. I've still got that kit. I was up the loft the other day. Then I was looking through an old bag, and that kit is absolutely massive. Because back in the day, the strips were so big then, not these nice tight fitted ones now. But it's massive, that kit. It's massive on me now. But I prefer it wasn't my favourite kit, to be fair.
No, and we'll probably get onto one kit, and it's very Marmite with town fans. But actually, well, not. Let's get right into it. Second season, so back in the first division. Nice picture of you celebrating in the, I don't know what you call it. Just there's a mixture of colours, blue, white. It's faded in. As I said, town fans are very Marmite about it nowadays, but because retro stuff, a lot of people love it. But thoughts on this kit and that season? First of all, being back in the first division.
I liked the white socks. I did like wearing white socks, but yeah, I thought that kit was a nice kit. I liked the kit. It's different. It fitted us a lot better than the other one. But I did do that kit. Coming down to the Championship, I can't remember that picture. I don't know. I've obviously scored, but I don't know who I was against. But yeah. No, I can't think who I scored against.
I can't help you out either. I should have done my research, my stats, but it's one goal from that season, and of course we'll get on to your great partnership that season. But let's just do it, guys. Let's just chuck it in. And this is a great picture. You and Ian Marshall, the man with the mullet, Marshy, 19 goals each, joint top goal scorers. But
yeah, there's a few. Marshy will tell you different if I think back. I think we always had a little bit of discrepancy then, back then at 19 goals each, because Marshy scored 19 league goals, or 19, I think there might have a couple of cup goals on there, but he says I scored an Italian cup and that didn't count, that was a Mickey Mouse cup, he says. but yeah, it was a good relationship, Marshy, especially on the pitch. He was such a character in the changing room and that as well. And yeah, he always used to say that he used to set all mine up. He says, I used to set all yours up, I'll set you up again. Yeah. You don't set any up for me, he says. But I beg to differ on that. But we built up a good relationship. He won all the headers and I ran off him. Yeah. But he was very pacey as well, Marshy. Yeah. He had a lot of pace about him. He always looked scruffy on the pitch and stuff like that, but what a fantastic player he was. He was great for me. He brought my career on.
And quickly talk about this picture though. Can you tell us the story behind this one? You both got pistols, I'm sure, just because you're scoring the goals for fun.
Yeah, I think it's because we're sharpshooters. I think it's something like that. I think it was East Anglian Times. I think that did a feature on us. I mean, we didn't get away with that picture nowadays, but as you say, that's a good photo. That brought some memories back. That.
Yeah, and thoughts on his hair. Of course, at the time. That's what he's known for very much. But then he shaved it at one stage. I think that was when he didn't have a great season, once, because he just shaved it off and he couldn't score goals.
Yeah, I think he thought it was Samson, I think. Yeah. He just had to keep that long hair. We had that for years, didn't he? It's just the way he was. Typical Scouser.
Yes. But yeah, great season. And sort of just to, same kit, still here, rocking the white socks, of course. But the second season, after finishing 7th, this is your second full season, of course. The injuries came about. Yeah, tell us about that. Yeah,
I'd never had any bother with my shoulders throughout my career, and then all of a sudden they kept popping out all the time. I kept getting pulled back, and my shoulders would dislocate. I think throughout that season they went 6 and 9 times, 6 on the left, 9 on the right. So a lot of times they kept dislocating, which was very painful at the time. But I sat down with George at the end of the season. He says, or halfway through the season, listen, we need to do something about this. He says, so basically take a year out, take as long as it takes to get it done. I think I was out for about 9 months, which was very hard for me to deal with. But yeah, that they were sad times being out that length of time. But as I say, I got it fixed, and the surgeon done a good job on them. And I've just recently had an operation about a year ago to re-strengthen them again, but they've lasted me up until then, so I can't really complain. But thankfully Ipswich Town stuck by me through that. They offered me a new contract because my contract was up. They offered me a new 2-year deal. Thanks to George for that, to keep me at the club. So I worked hard to get myself back to fitness.
Definitely. And we haven't got a picture of George here with you and George together, but let's quickly talk about George. Watch pictures with him if you haven't already. Little plug there, got to do that. What was he like as a manager? Of course, another Scot, so I'm sure you've got that relation there.
Yeah, George was good, and Dale as well. He was number 2,
yeah.
God rest him. But yeah, they were a great partnership. I mean, Dale was always the bubbly one, and George was the more serious one. Do you know what I mean? As a manager should be. But he was great for me, George. He, as you say, he played to my strengths, and he made me the player that I was, and really come on as a player. And there was people in the background there. Brian Goddard, who was a centre forward, who used to teach us to hold the ball up, getting the half turn, stuff like that, who helped me. And obviously you can't, Brian Clew, who's still at the club doing that. Clew was always there. Clew brought me back for my fitness through because Clew was always fit. And I started training with him early in pre-season, and he put me through my paces, and he really brought me on that season with my fitness and everything. So I've got a lot of people to thank at Ipswich Town for helping me continue my career.
Definitely.
After the shoulders.
Yeah, definitely. And let's talk about one hat-trick before we get on to the hat-trick. Hat-trick against Sunderland at Portland Road, back with the kit again. I think this was the first full season. 3-0 win at Portland Road. Memories of this one, and maybe people don't talk about this one as much as the other one.
Yeah, I think people forget that I scored that hat-trick against Sunderland. I mean, for me, that was a good hat-trick. I enjoyed that hat-trick. Basically because it was against Sunderland as well, who were just about to sign me before I signed for Ipswich. I think Paul Bracewell, who was one of my teammates at Newcastle, just took over as manager. And I had friends who were Sunderland supporters, who were my next door neighbours, who came to the game that day. I got them tickets for the game. And I can always remember Sunderland dominated the game. A bit like Ipswich Town do nowadays.
Yeah.
Dominate all the possession, but we're not scoring. And we were the same. I think I had about 3 touches that day and I scored 3. And a couple of good goals. One was
Perfect hat-trick? Perfect hat-trick or not?
No, I was the header. Marshy set one up though. Yeah, so I let him off of that. But there were 3 good goals there. One with a left foot strike and I think 2 inside the box, if I can remember right. But good hat-trick.
Like it. And let's get right into it then. As of this recording, it's 25 years ago since the destruction derby. Your hat-trick against Norwich at Portland Road, 5-0 win. This picture is just iconic. We already spoke to Matt about this picture, but it's your time to shine, your moment, 3 goals. Yeah.
25 years, wow.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I haven't done on that. Jeez, 25 years. It's a long time, isn't it? Makes you feel old. Well, I'm old, but anyway. That was just amazing. The first goal was, we worked on it in training with Brian Hamilton, and we'd done this little crossover, threw the ball into space, and it was just basically bounced up perfectly. And I couldn't have hit it any sweeter. I mean, Andy Marshall and goals had no chance. Just burst the net, that one. It was a great strike, and obviously all the emotion coming out there and the celebrations, especially early doors, the first 2 minutes of the game. So yeah, got us off to the perfect start. And
the other 2 goals weren't too bad at all either. Of course, first half hat-trick, by the way. You don't see that much. Yeah. Just unbelievable.
I know, and the second goal was a lot more difficult. That's more instinctive to the first goal. That was just basically get a good contact, hit the target. The second one had a lot of time to think. I'm running for the halfway line, goalkeeper coming out, and I just give him a little dummy, and then I slotted in the right hand corner. But yeah, took a lot more time. And the third one was just basically the ball came, a great ball into the box. They said I fouled the Norwich defender. I can think he fell over, and basically I just bundled it over the line. But I'll take the 3 goals. Yeah,
indeed. Half time, got subbed off. Boyd Pettit, of course, scored 2 very good goals as well. Very good player. But yeah, tell us the story behind coming off half time.
Well, actually, after I scored that goal, I tweaked my calf. My calf had, as if it cramped, it went really tight in me. And I was saying to his physio, Dave Williams at the time, I said, my calf's gone. And he went, and he says, I said, but I'll keep going because the adrenaline was pumping. Of course. Do you know what I mean? I scored again, so I just kept going, and then it just stiffened up at half time. And George just said, we're going to have a game Tuesday, just rest it. So the game's gone, you don't need to go back out. So that was it. I got changed. I missed Bobby's 2 goals, and I had 2 great goals as well. I never saw them until I watched the video of Destruction Derby, and I saw the actual 2 goals. But that was one of the highlights when I'd beaten them 5-0.
Yeah, and of course we haven't had a great record since then against Norwich. But what was that like playing in those derbies? East Anglian derby. We've had some good wins against them. They're beating us. But what was that like as a player, just the build up and just playing in those games?
Very intense, and what it means to the fans is quite extraordinary, really. I mean, people live for those games. You know what I mean? And I can always remember that I came home that night and I found a bottle of whiskey at my doorstep, and not just a cheap bottle of bells, like a quality bottle of whiskey at my doorstep. He says, "Thanks for that, you made my year." And it was one of the guys across the road from me I'd never spoke to. He just said, there you go, nice bottle of whiskey for me, which I gave to my dad. I mean, the fans live for it, don't they? And it was my first real derby. Do you know what I mean? When I'm in there, you do feel the pressure when you're on the pitch, but once the game starts, you just do your natural game.
And as you said, a DVD got made. I haven't got the Destruction Derby, but I've got Derby Delight. And I'm just bringing it. Then we've got a picture of you and Matt celebrating. What's that like as a player to have a picture of yourself on a DVD? DVDs, by the way, are DVDs.
Yeah,
the younger viewers there.
Yeah, well, honestly, that's a great picture. And Matt, such a legend at Ipswich Town, such a great player. Never really got the credit he probably should have done. And he went on to play for the Ireland and that as well. But it's a great lad as well when he first came to the club. Fittest guy ever, really was. But he could box the box. A good lad as well. We had a good squad back then. Everybody was built. He built a good squad back then. We should have done more for the squad we got. The squad we had. We should have got promoted. But I think we missed out in the playoffs. I think it was Charlton. It was a good side at the time. But yeah, it was a good squad. Good memories.
Yeah, and we've got one final picture here. Just you celebrating a goal, or I don't know what you're doing here actually. Well, celebration-wise, what was your go-to? Did you just want to just keep it calm and just
Yeah, something a little bit like that really. Hand up in the air, a little bit like Shearer, a little bit just one arm run away. Yeah, that's basically it. I wasn't one for dancing and stuff. I can remember Milks did one. We practiced one. I think it was Fulham away in the cup, and we fell and we carried them back to the halfway line. It was. I think it actually went on Match of the Day because of it. One of the weirdest celebrations ever. But but me, I was just happy to score. I just love playing football. That's what it was all about me. Nothing else. Just wanted to go out and play. I was a little bit. Not your stereotypical player. I was a little bit off the cuff more than anything else. I mean, I always look back and I look at some of the players that I played with at school and stuff. They were a lot more gifted than me. They could keep the ball up for 100 times and do. But I think I was more direct and more effective. And probably that's got me through. I was more I done what came natural.
Yeah, and I'm doing this on every pitch. It's sort of putting you on a spot here. But how would you sum up your town career in a few words, or just as a whole? 47 goals in 133 games, not a bad goal scoring record. Definitely after that one season with injuries, a few very good goals. Of course, the Norwich game you'll always be remembered for. But yeah,
probably could have been better. I think I could have been a better player, but I wouldn't change any. I enjoyed every minute of my career. I wouldn't like to play nowadays. Put it that way. I wouldn't like to play in the fishbowl that the players have got to live in nowadays. But yeah, I had a great time. I wish I'd done better. I wish I would got promoted with them, Ipswich Town. But you always look back and say, I could have done that better, I could have done this better. But as Robbie Williams says, no regrets.
Yeah, love that. And to sort of end the video really is, what's it been like? I know we started it in the intro, but what's it been like covering a team that you played for, summarising and just seeing the current players now?
It's difficult sometimes because you want the club. I'm a supporter of the club as well. I want the club to do well, and it's difficult not to get emotional about it and keep your feelings hidden at times. I mean, sometimes I'll say things that probably maybe shouldn't say that upset the club and stuff like that. But it's only how I, as a fan speaking, and how I would like the team to play and how I would want the club to go forward. So sometimes that's difficult. Sometimes I've got to keep a lid, and sometimes I can't hide that, and sometimes I've just got to let my emotions come out. But I think that's all the part of being a summariser as well. There's no point in trying to lie about something. I can only say what I see, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I mean, it's great to keep doing it. I enjoy it. I mean, surely there'll be other people coming in sooner that are more well known and bigger names coming in to do it. But until such times, I'll keep doing it. I quite enjoy it.
It's good to hear. And any final words on? Thanks so much for joining me. First of all, it's been a pleasure. So many great memories. But final words to town fans. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Let's get promoted this season, and hopefully, I think he's done fantastic, McKenna, and with the club from where we were to where we are now. We've just got to have that push at the end now. I just think we're a championship team playing in League One, and I think that's why we're struggling to get out of it. But once we get out of that, I'm sure we'll go from strength to strength. Perfect. Well, Alex, thanks for joining me. Thanks everyone for watching. Big shout out to Ginger Pickle, Tony Southgate for taking me here to Leeds. It's been great to be in this hospitality.
Final words, actually, Alex. What are you up to nowadays? You know, in terms of we're here at Spa. Is this your regular go-to? You a jacuzzi man?
Yeah, I'm more a jacuzzi man than a gym man.
Yeah.
I'm more of a steam room and a jacuzzi and stuff like that's more of my cup of tea nowadays. I don't go to the gym as often as I should, but I should do. But no, steam room. I come with my kit on and then I go. No, I'll just put the trunks on. Go for the steam for an hour and chill out. Yeah, that's more of my cup of tea.
Would you say you could still have a bit of kickabout if you could? When's the last time you sort of played? If you got invited to a charity match or anything like that?
Probably. To be fair, I've helped my boy. My boy's got his own academy, so I went to a couple of his matches. So I started to kick about with under 12s and under 14s, kicked about with them. I couldn't walk the next 2 hours later. My back had stiffened up, but I don't do anything. Kick the ball about, and my 2 girls play football now as well. So I have a knockabout with them, but not as much as I should.
So we could see a next Mathie somewhere, maybe in the women's football?
Maybe in the women's football. Definitely not in the boys' football, but maybe as a coach. He's a very good coach, my youngest. But yeah, my daughter's not a bad left footer.
Wait and see then, wait and see. Well, Alex, thanks for joining me. Thanks everyone for watching. Bye for now.